Hi, welcome to Over 50 AI's Tech Taster segment. I'm Gary, and I've been at the edge of emerging technology for 33 years, and this is the area where I try and simplify AI topics into language that everyone can understand. In today's Bite-Sized Bite, I want to talk about what tokens and context windows mean within the realm of AI. Think of tokens as tiny Lego blocks that build up language. Just like Lego blocks can be assembled to create larger structures, tokens are the building blocks of text that AI processes. But unlike whole words, tokens can be smaller than words, even parts of words. Let's break it down further. In the world of AI, tokens are chunks of text. They can be entire words or parts of words. For example, the word understanding might be split into multiple tokens like under and standing if the AI system decides to break it down that way. Each LLM can break tokens down differently. Even punctuation and spaces can be their own tokens. When you type a sentence into an AI model, it doesn't process the sentence the way a human would read it. Instead, it breaks it down into those Lego-like tokens. For instance, the sentence, "I like turtles," could be split into tokens like I, like, tools.
I like turtles.
Depending on how the tokenizer worked for this specific LLM, the word turtles might be split into two different tokens, and tools. Now, AI models don't work with raw text directly. They actually work with numbers. Each token gets converted into a numerical representation, kind of like a specific ID in the model's dictionary. I plan on talking about this in a future segment, but for now you just need to know that the model uses that information to predict the next token so that it can answer questions or continue conversations. More tokens means more data for the model to chew on, but it also has limits, which we'll explore in the context window section in a minute. The number of tokens an AI model can handle directly impacts its ability to understand context and generate responses. More tokens generally means better understanding, but it also means more processing power and time. Tokens are like individual puzzle pieces. When you have all the right pieces or tokens, you can assemble a complete picture. In this case, it would be a sentence or a paragraph. But the size and shape of every piece or token could vary. Some are small, like individual letters or syllables, and some might be large, like entire words. Again, this is dependent on the specific AI model you're using. Now let's explore context windows, which are closely related to tokens. If tokens are the puzzle pieces, then the context window is the table where you can lay out the pieces. It represents the memory or the amount of information that the AI model can see or remember at any given time. The context window is essentially the limit on how much text or tokens an AI model can process in one go. Imagine you're reading a book, but you can only keep a certain number of words in your head at any given time. That's what the context window does for AI. It's the amount of tokens it can consider at once while generating a response or understanding a question. Different AI models have different sized context windows. For instance, a smaller model might just have a context window of 512 tokens, meaning it could only handle a small amount of text at one time. Larger models can handle much more, and some examples are GPT-4 Turbo has a 128,000 context window. Claude Sonnet by Anthropic can use 200,000 tokens at a given time. Gemini Pro by Google can use up to 1 million tokens in its context window. For example, if an AI has a 4,000 token limit, it can process roughly 3,000 to 4,000 words. Remember, tokens aren't always whole words. They can be parts of words or even punctuation. So this 4,000 token limit would represent 3,000 to 4,000 words before it ran out of memory. And this includes both your input and the response that the model is generating for you. If the input or conversation exceeds the model window, the AI will start forgetting some of the earlier tokens to make room for new ones. It's like how humans might forget earlier details in a conversation if it goes on too long. In practical terms, the AI will drop the earlier tokens, usually from the beginning of the conversation, to keep processing the later parts. This can lead to the AI losing track of certain details that you gave it earlier as you started the chain. Context windows are like the size of a desk. If you have a small desk, you can only lay out a few papers or tokens at a time to work on. If your desk is larger, you can spread out more papers or a bigger chunk of text. But once your desk is full, you have to put some of the papers away to make room for new ones. Understanding these concepts helps us set realistic expectations for AI performance. For instance, models with larger context windows like Gemini Pro, you can process documents thousands of pages long. This is a task that was previously impossible for models with smaller context windows. But there's a trade-off between windows and computational efficiency. Think of tokens like cars on a highway. More lanes means more processing power. It means more time as well. Well, if you had 100 lanes, it would let you handle more tokens or cars smoothly, but a 100-lane highway isn't always practical. It might be too expensive or just plain overkill for your current uses. Tokens are the basic building blocks the AI model uses to understand and generate text. Context windows are the amount of tokens or memory the AI can handle at once. Think of a conversation with an AI model as a continuous flow of tokens that fit inside the box. The size of the box or context window determines how much of the conversation the AI can keep track of. If you have too many tokens for the box, the AI starts losing the earlier pieces. Let's say you're chatting with AI and the context window is 1,000 tokens. If you give the AI a long essay that's, say, 1,500 tokens long, the AI couldn't fit it all in its memory at once. It would remember the last 1,000 tokens you gave it, but most likely forget the first part of the essay as new information came in. As impressive as this is, it's still evolving. These concepts help us understand and appreciate both the capabilities and limitations of AI systems. And while models like Gemini Pro can process enormous amounts of text, they still need to be optimized for speed, efficiency, and clarity. Well, that's it for today's Bite-Sized Bite. I hope this explanation helps you understand AI tokens and context windows better. If you found it helpful, you can head over to our free community at over50.ai and join like-minded people as we learn this stuff. The world of AI is fascinating, and there's always more to explore. See you next time.